Feeling fresh and recharged this morning. Had a great weekend. Got an early start this morning. Woke up at 5:45 to balance the sports books. Got the invoices and the payouts ready for processing. I don't know about you guys, but I feel so much better when I wake up early. If I sleep past 7 o'clock, it seems like my entire day gets screwed up. Feel like I'm rushing through the day trying to make up for lost time. While I was finishing up the book this morning, ESPN was on TV in the background. 7 o'clock this morning, they shift from Sports Center to Get Up. In other words, ESPN shifted from a hot fart to a wet fart. The lead story on Get Up this morning was the personal life of Tom Brady and how it could possibly affect him this season. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, there's a lot of animosity in the Brady household right now. I'm not sure what's really going on. I've seen stories claiming that his wife took the kids and left the house. Gisele Bundchen's not really happy about Tom Brady returning to the NFL again. I've seen other stories claiming that she simply took the kids to Miami to visit a water park. I don't know what's going on, but Tom Brady has admitted himself, shit ain't good at home right now. On Get Up this morning, they were questioning whether or not this instability at home would negatively impact Tom Brady this season. There's no way. This man is the GOAT. Drama at home can't dethrone the king. This man is invincible when it comes to distractions. Every NFL analyst on Get Up echoed that same sentiment. They claimed once Tom Brady hit the field, the problems at home would be the last thing on his mind. Now, I can partially agree with that, but to claim that the problems at home will have zero impact on Tom Brady this season, that is absolutely asinine. And look, I'm not saying he's going to go 0-17, but unless he is completely over his marriage, if shit doesn't get right at home, there is no way this does not have an impact on Tom Brady's season. I don't care if you're Superman. When things are not right at home, it spills over into every other facet of your life. What's that old saying? If mama ain't happy, nobody's happy. If you have ever lived with a woman, you know that's true. Men, we tend to bottle up our misery. We keep it to ourselves. Women, when a woman is miserable, everyone knows it. They spread that misery around. If she's miserable, you're going to be miserable. For all these dudes on ESPN to sit up there and claim this will have zero impact on Tom Brady, it just reminded me of how shitty sports coverage has become in ESPN. Now, this particular example with Tom Brady, it's really not a big deal, not a great example, but as I was watching that this morning, that one segment, it just reminded me of the disaster that happened Saturday on ESPN. When it comes to pregame shows in college football, College Gameday used to be the pinnacle. Notice I said used to be. When I was younger, College Gameday was appointment television on Saturday morning. We would wake up hungover on Saturday morning on whichever friend's couch or living room that we crashed the night before, and we would turn on College Gameday to get ready for the day. The show used to be 4, maybe 5 guys having fun talking about college football. Now, they've always had goofy segments, but the show used to have substance to it. Over the last 5 or so years, the substance has changed. Back in 2017, they challenged then South Carolina head coach Will Muschamp to define modern terminology. Hey, Willie, it's Kirky Herbie here. I'm down with the kids. My bongo stays red from all the pounding. Willie, I have a serious question for you. Can you define woke? Who could forget this legendary segment from September 2020? This is a clip that I refuse to let die. Pulled this one out of my video library for you. Watch it for yourself.
The black community is hurting. If you've listened and the word empathy and compassion over these last 4 months, how do you listen to these stories and not feel pain and not want to help? You know what I mean? It's like wearing a hoodie and putting your hands at 10 and 2. Oh God, I better look out because I'm wearing Nike gear. Like what? What are we talking about?
What are we talking about? 10 and 2, Nikes, hoodies. Oh! what the fuck you're talking about, Kirk Herbstreit. I thought I was tuning into a show dedicated to analyzing college football. I did not know I would receive bonus coverage on mythical racism. While I was prepping my video for Saturday, I had College Gameday on my TV in the background. Now, for most of the show, I was barely paying attention to it, but they caught my attention towards the end of the show. It was the celebrity guest picker segment. Now, me personally, I hate this segment. For one, during this segment, they don't pick games against the number, which takes all the fun out of it. Doesn't take a fucking genius to know Alabama is going to beat the shit out of Utah State. But two, you got to be careful with celebrity guests. Production, they need to properly vet them to make sure they know what the hell they're talking about. You want to bring on Ashton Kutcher? Okay, fine. But make sure he at least has minimal understanding about college football. Charles Barkley, always entertaining. Drew Brees, Mark Cuban. 3 years ago, ESPN invited Gabrielle Union to be the guest picker. Gabrielle Union, she might be an expert when it comes to college football. I could give a fuck less. I know two things she's definitely an expert in: professional race baiting and a pusher of trans propaganda to children. You think I want to see Gabrielle Union on College Gameday? No! This past Saturday, the celebrity guest picker was Jack Harlow. KC, who in the fuck is Jack Harlow? I'd looked the kid up. I'd never heard of him. He's a modern rapper, and I use the term modern rapper because modern rap sucks ass. Rap music was great in the 90s, 2000s, maybe even the early 2010s, but these new kids suck. Now imagine my surprise when I find out Jack Harlow is a big supporter of Black Lives Matter. Me being a white kid, I will never know what it's like to experience racism. I bet you know what it's like now, Jackie. You just spent a Saturday morning at the most racist network on television when it comes to white people. Try getting invited on Woke Take as a white dude. Let me know how that works out for you. Before Saturday morning, I had never had the displeasure of hearing Jack Harlow's music. But have no fear, ESPN had us covered. Game day was at Ohio State this past weekend, and Jackie gave an inspiring performance of one of his biggest hits. Watch for yourself. One of his biggest hits? I have a pretty good knowledge of music from 2010 and the years prior. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was not Jack Harlow's biggest hit or one of his biggest hits. That was one of Fergie's biggest hits. But that's okay. That's okay. Artists, they remake classic songs all the time. Most of the time, they put their own personal twist on it. Seether, for example. Seether did an amazing version of Careless Whisper years ago. I think their version is better than the original. But maybe Jackie just isn't all that creative. I don't know. Seems I wasn't the only one not feeling Jackie's music. Did you see that crowd from Ohio State in the background? Those were college kids. Kids Jack Harlow's age. I have not seen a crowd that dead since the last event held at the WNBA dump. Those kids, they look like they were witnessing a funeral. Who the fuck is this guy on stage, and why is he singing a Fergie song? Is he spelling out the butt bongo? Is this a remix? B-U-T-T-B-O-N-G-O, yeah. B-U-T-T-B-O-N-G-O, cucumber first class, up this dude's ass. What kind of remix was that? I guess this funeral was proper foreshadowing because the following segment just might have tossed the last pile of dirt on the grave of College Gameday. If this show was not dead already, it might be dead after this. If I had to sum up Jack Harlow's segment as a celebrity guest picker, I would have to choose the 3 words associated with only a select few here on the channel. You gotta fuck up really good. to be included in the category of huge embarrassing failure. Now, I'm going to play 2 clips back to back. I chose this first clip because I want you to see Lee Corso's face when Jack Harlow offers his analysis for his picks. Now, the second clip, it's courtesy of the College Gameday Twitter account. They captioned the clip by saying, Jack Harlow's strategy for game day picks is a little unconventional. We love it though. Pound that bongo, Jackie. Let me translate that for you. We know this dude sucks, but so do we. Watch the disaster unfold.
As much as I got Arkansas over Cincy.
Cincy, Arkansas, huh? I used to talk to this girl from Cincinnati. I liked her a lot. Cincy.
That does it for me, boy.
What do you got, Jack?
Well, I was with Joe Burrow last night, so I'm rocking with LSU.
There you go.
I used to talk to this girl from Cincinnati. I liked her a lot. Cincy. What you going?
I'm going Oregon State.
I'm going Oregon State.
Great pick.
App is short for Appalachian, right?
Appalachian, yeah.
Huh. Well, I do love the mountain range, but I'll go UNC. I could have grown up a Notre Dame fan, and you could not pay me to say Notre Dame today. I'm about to start my tour on Monday. I want to get out of here alive. I'm going to Ohio State. This is a breeze.
Yeah. Okay. Not until you get the results. I was talking to a girl in Insert City here. It's undefeated.
Undefeated.
Making the pick. Yeah,
I had a great show in Athens.
I mean, what is there to say? What is there to say? I haven't seen proficient analysis like that since Mina Kimes provided her expert analysis on the Super Bowl. KC, Joe Burrow is undefeated in the month of February. The Bengals will win the Super Bowl. Mina, Joe Burrow has never played in the month of February. Of course, he's undefeated. So is Matt Stafford. Oh, damn. Well, enjoy the game, KC. Don't forget your mask. ESPN's god-awful coverage of college football, it did not end with College Gameday. It spilled over into their broadcast on ABC Saturday morning, featuring the one, the only Mark Jones. Ooh, Marky Mark, the face of disgrace, one of the purveyors of mythical racism, the man who claims to be afraid of bodyguards because they're off-duty cops, the man who once interrupted an NBA broadcast to claim Jacob Blake was unarmed when he was shot by police, 8 months after Jacob Blake admitted he had a fucking knife. Now, credit goes to Outkick for the heads up on Marky Mark here. For some reason, ABC was off the air all day on Saturday in my area. I don't know what the hell was going on, but listen to what this dude said in the middle of the Colorado State-Michigan game. Roll the film.
I want to move to the top right corner and the U.S. Open. That was riveting and compelling action last night. Serena Williams, the GOAT of tennis, arguably the best athlete of our time. Not female, the best athlete of our time.
Excuse me? Come again? Say that again? Let's just forget for 1 second that he uttered this garbage about a tennis player during the middle of a play in a college football game. The game was a blowout at that point. Michigan has no business playing a team like Colorado State anyway. One of the many problems in college football, but that's a topic for another video. But did I just hear Mark Jones claim that Serena Williams is the greatest athlete of our time? Not female, both male and female. Serena Williams is the best? Really? Really? No disrespect to Serena Williams. She's a legend in tennis, unparalleled career. But are you out of your fucking mind? Mark Jones, have you ever heard of Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Derek Jeter? Oh, I don't know, Michael fucking Jordan? Serena Williams isn't even the greatest athlete in tennis. Back in 1998, Serena Williams claimed that she would beat any male tennis player ranked outside the top 200. Even she knew at the time she wasn't beating the best dudes. The 203rd ranked player in the world at the time, Karsten Brash, he accepted her challenge. The event was called the Battle of the Sexes. That dude dominated Serena Williams. After the match, he admitted that he was only playing around 50% of his capabilities. Serena Williams, after the match, she said, "I was hitting shots that would have been winners against women, and he was returning them easily." Again, no disrespect to Serena Williams, but Mark Jones, you are a grade A shit fuck. This is the sports coverage provided today from ESPN. Garbage. The only reason Mark Jones made that statement, he knew it would give a boner to his lonely male followers on Twitter. RG3, Robert Griffin III, he was calling the game with Mark Jones. He should have thrown Mark Jones' ass out of the fucking booth. Get out of here with that stupidity. 10 years ago, I never would have said this, but the modern ESPN has no business covering sports. None. NBA coverage, garbage. Major League Baseball coverage, garbage. College football, garbage. NHL, garbage. And NFL, been garbage for years. Now, we will see how Joe Buck, Troy Aikman do in the woke confines of ESPN. But the network has no business covering sports. It is laughable at this point. It's embarrassing. Coverage at ESPN, it's either a running joke or a woke PSA. But time to give me your thoughts on ESPN's coverage of college football this past weekend. Jack Harlow. Mark Jones. Kirk Herbstreit in his defense. Kirk Herbstreit is great calling games, but I really felt sorry for him and Lee Corso on Saturday on game day, having to deal with some dumbass turning things into a complete joke. Kirk Herbstreit, Lee Corso, they have spent decades building the game day platform, a platform that used to have credibility, only to watch ESPN completely fuck it up. But give me your thoughts. Sound off in the comments below. Hit that like button for me if you're new to the channel. Make sure to subscribe. We upload fresh content every day, twice per day during the week, once a day on the weekends. If you come across something you want me to cover, send the idea to btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.